Hey Track Gang, what's going on in this week's episode of the Boeville in Newtown? Well, it's right over here. Stand by and we'll get into what's happening this week. Well, hello Track Gang. It's Saturday, December the 30th of 2024, and I was really debating whether I was even going to put this together, but here we are. This will, if I decide to put it up, will be episode 1 for 2024. There's just been a lot going on, and I'm not going to get into it, but I'm I guess to a point just really trying to figure out where I am. You know, there's just been a bunch of stuff that's been going on, and I don't know. Anyway, let me get into this. So, been doing some more work on the dam scene here, to which I appreciate all the comments that I had in episode 39. Saying that the color looked good and so on and so forth. Well, today I finished up, and I got to figure something out with it. I mean, it's working, but I'm not 100% pleased with it because you can still see the parting line between the sidewall and the face, and I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's noticeable when you're up close to it. I thought I had it fixed, but apparently I don't. I just noticed that somehow or other this thing really shifted on me. Anyway, I had to do some cutting and finagling up top there, and I think when I did that, I actually screwed up the fit that I had there, but at any rate, so this is all done now. I do have to paint this part here. What I did, originally I was thinking about angling this, but I was like, that's not going to look right, and that wouldn't be how they did it. So this, and if you notice it doesn't go all the way back, that's fine, because whatever is going to be back there, you're not going to see that anyway. In fact, you're probably not even going to see this piece, but it's there nonetheless. So I matched this up with the front face, and then I put this down there, and I've been using the PL300 foam board construction adhesive. This stuff seems to be working really well, holding the plastic in place on the foam. Of course, it's foam-friendly adhesive. It should. So what I was going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to work on the right side of the dam, because as you can see, and of course I should have done this the other way, because I can't see the viewfinder. The viewfinder's on the left side of the freaking camera. But I was going to give you a quick idea as to how, or a little bit of a show and tell here, I guess. There's still some, oh good, old white glue on the back. Let's see how well this one here is, and that one there looks like it's going to be pretty freaking close. If my head gets in the way, I'm sorry. Actually, let's try rotating that 180 and see what that looks like. That could work. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this, and here again, I'm not even sure if this is going to show up on camera, so, and it's not. Okay. So we're going to take put some of that on the back. Put that off to the side. Take our putty knife. Spread it on there. And get this lined back up. Or at least somewhere close to lined up. And there we go. That's that. Now, I actually think that this one goes that way. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of goop on the back of that. I'm happy with that. Now this is the front piece. It actually goes there. And we'll put a little bit of glue on the back of that. Actually, I may have just put that in upside down. We'll just rotate it. That looks better. Yeah, that's better. Alright. So that takes care of the face, the front. Now, the only thing I do have to do here, though, well, either way, that is not going to work. That piece is not what we're looking for. Alright, and that piece is going to be better. Alright. Alright, so I got to make a cut into this, and so I can get it glued it there to make it look like I did on the other side. So give me a minute and we'll be back. Alright, well, I cut that piece. I've got that one already laid in. I forgot to turn the camera back on. Sorry. So I just got finished cutting the piece that'll go here. So we're going to put a little bit of loop on the back of that. Do it. And I just have to hope that I put this in or on the correct way. And I did. Perfect. Alright, so now the only thing I have to do is let that dry. And then I can paint it. I don't want to mess with it while it's drying. I do realize I have to finish the wall back here. I had a couple of pieces of this floating around. And that one there might get us close, but it's not going to get us close enough. I have to see if I've got a larger piece, which I don't think I do now, to be able to fill that whole back area. Unfortunately, when we get as close to, but not close enough. I guess with nothing else, what I could do is either use that one or the other one, especially since that one there is kind of at an angle anyway. And just kind of piece it back there. Either or. Either way, I'll figure that out. The big thing is now is just waiting for this whole shoot and match to dry. Oh, I've got one other piece I can kind of put in, and I've actually got enough, I think, glue. That was the piece that goes on top of the lower part. There we go. I think we got it. I think we're good. Like I said, I'll just wait for the glue to dry, and then I can come back and paint, and then we'll be ready to temporarily put the bridges back in place, or the bridge, the big bridge, and then I can work on the upper bridge. So that'll be next. Okay, Track Gang. I think I've said it before, but even the best laid plans go astray. I've basically got this thing pretty much the way I want it, with the exception of the fact that I still want to come back and detail the stone walls to either side. That still needs to be done. But as far as the major portion of this, getting everything to fit and getting it in place. Now, granted, the big bridge is not in here yet. And there is a reason for that, and that is the fact that I didn't want it over here until I was 100% ready for it. And to be honest, there's still a couple things I want to do over here. Like I said, I still want to detail it a little bit, at least the rock wall or the dam sides, the walls over here, and I've still got to figure out how I can get rid of that parting line, which has gotten worse somehow. I'm not quite sure how that could be, but it has. The reason why I say the best laid plans, well, I think I mentioned it either in the beginning of this video or at the end of the last one, that I realized that the upper part of this, the floor or the base of this was too low. And if I would have left it, then the water would have been, or what would be water, would be up too high on the bridge pier. Okay, so I laid a piece of the underlayment in here. I've glued that down. I did that last night. It happens to be Thursday, the 5th. I believe it's the 5th. I don't know, but I'm reading about it now. I could use a 5th. That's actually the 4th. I don't know where I got the 5th from. Any rate, so I put the base in and I went ahead and got this all set up. I'm like, perfect, it looks great. Then I realized that there was a bit of a problem. And if you notice, there's a number 1 Atlas bridge pier on either end of the front bridge and actually underneath of the back one as well. And that is because when you raise this up, it raised the center up, and when it did that, I ended up with a huge hump in the middle of this bridge. Nowhere near prototypical. Okay, great. So I went ahead and I just put these up underneath of here for the time being. I'm going to clean them up. I'm going to paint them to match the stonework that I've got in that wonderful linen color. And that'll take care of that. So that way it'll kind of, I guess, for lack of a better term, hide them a little bit. I've also got to clean them up on top because these two here, I actually cut the nubs off that would hold the track on them. I did that for, I think, one of the other bridges that was in here at one point in time. But I'll go ahead and kind of clean that up and make it look a little bit better and have it fit with what's there. That was one idea that I had. The other idea would be to actually come back with this piece of batten that I had and lay it across the top, and then of course put the brickwork on it. That's another solution. I haven't figured out which direction I'm quite going to go with it yet. And that really irks the crap out of me that shifted like that. Oh well. I've still got to figure out how I'm going to piece that together, get that the glue up right. I think I'm just going to have to get some solvent glue and just kind of lay it in there and then just kind of pinch things together and have it seal itself. So that's the bridges, the upper bridges. The other thing that'll need to be done is they'll need to be painted because they're obviously not going to stay that color. I've got ideas for that. If anybody has an idea as to what color they may end up being, I'll have you all leave that in the comments, I guess. Anywho, yeah, it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to show you what's going on past this because I have already started work down Boeville Yard on that wall. I've got ideas. I've started playing with that, toying with that idea down there. I think it's going to work. I hope it's going to work. I've already had to make a couple of modifications because obviously, you know, it was kind of, the parts of it were just kind of put there just to hold things in place, and I had to go back and modify. But You all know the deal. Wait for the high ball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch y'all next time. Be safe. God bless. We will see ya.